Hello and welcome to the very digital foyer. Like Father Alex said, I am secluded from him. I'm in a very digital place here, an undisclosed location, a gray void, if you will, a little bit here. I'm here with I'm Matt Vaughn, communications coordinator here. The volume's being turned up. I look very strange in this configuration, I find. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I think you look great, Matt.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, on camera I look at a weird kind of bluish blur, but that's okay.
That's fine. You know, I don't know if you heard me refer to you as our favorite Matt Vaughn. Of all the Matt Vaughns I've ever met, right. Matt, you are by far my favorite. Hands down.
I will say there are multiple Matt Vaughns even in this city. I have a surprisingly common name. Yeah, there are much better Matt Vaughns out there. So anyway,
you're my top three, Matt. You're my top three for sure.
Thank you. Yeah. So
I mean, just
on the left side of your screen, Father Simon Lobo is here. On the right side of the screen, we have Father Alex Colati. I think I got that right.
No, you had that backwards, actually. Your hands had the opposite, like, mirror.
Who knows what people are seeing? They might
be
seeing in the Matrix the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, welcome to Digital Foyer. This is a chance for people to ask questions here. So if you have questions of the priest you want to ask, if you were curious about something Father Simon said in his homily, something maybe kind of more innocuous, feel free, ask some questions, put it in the chat. I will be looking and I will be asking as many questions as I can. And I know there's a couple of things that Father Simon and Father Alex want to talk about first. I know that it's, am I right in thinking it's Good Shepherd Sunday, Father Simon?
It is Good Shepherd Sunday, which obviously the readings, John 10. If you want to get steeped in the whole message of the Good Shepherd, go back and read the Gospel of John chapter 10. But on Good Shepherd Sunday, every year, the church names this also to be Vocation Sunday. That's the church is saying, hey, God continues even today, even in 2021, to call men to be like Jesus, specifically as priests. And so, as I said in my message, we're all called to imitate Jesus in various ways, to lay down our lives for others, but particularly, I want to put out the message to young men who might be watching right now, that God could be calling you to the priesthood, and just to be open to that, to really take that to prayer and be open to that. I mean, Father Alex, what a waste. Father, what a waste over here.
What a thing to call him.
You were called to become a priest. You have a vocation.
I do have a vocation. It's called to be a priest. This is coming up on my third year now. Amazing. And you know what I gotta say? It's better than I ever imagined it would be. And I honestly think that if young men knew how amazing the priesthood was, we'd have lineups of people that we were turning away all the time to become priests, because it's amazing. It's the best thing I've ever done. I haven't ever regretted it. I haven't necessarily been great at it. I'm still learning, and it's a vocation that requires the grace of God, because apart from Him, we can do nothing. But by far the best thing I've ever done in my life, and I've never, not for a single day or moment, have I ever regretted becoming a priest. And I mean, I'm still young, but that could
give
change.
It some time.
Give it some time.
I mean, for myself, I'll just say, I would concur also that I love being a priest, and that's totally true, Father Alex. It's way better than I ever imagined it would ever be, and in some ways, the sacrifices and the suffering are worse than I ever imagined as well. just to be honest, because it's a fact to be a Catholic priest in the Roman Rite, particularly. I mean, I was always looking forward to getting married and having a family and all that stuff. So letting go of that. But one of the things that I've learned in my years and years of experience is that you actually can't avoid suffering. So no matter what vocation, and the classic vocations would be the call to married life, to priesthood or religious life, or the call to single life. And no matter what vocation that you're in right now, or if you're in a phase of discernment, maybe you're in a teenager or in your 20s or even 30s, and you're discerning, like, God, what are you calling me to? If you're trying to figure out, like, what's the vocation I can pick that will have no suffering at all, it doesn't exist. And I mean, I mentioned in my homily that I'm the eldest of four, so my brother and two sisters, they're married, they have kids, and they have they actually have way more suffering than I do.
Actually, yeah, well, I sometimes, like, I've heard the confessions, right, of married people, and I'm like, man, I got it pretty easy. It's like, I definitely, yeah, that married life is tough, man, God bless. And again, that's the point, right? Every vocation requires the grace of God. And
every vocation is so beautiful, and we love married people. Matt, we love you, and I know that you're married and you have 2 beautiful kids and a beautiful wife, and you're living that vocation in a wonderful way. And so we admire and respect you and all the married people who are out there who are watching. And just to say, like, and this is something that Father Bob Bedard, the founder of our community, the Companions of the Cross, what he would say is this: God's will is the best thing worth doing. God's will is the only thing worth doing.
The only thing worth doing.
And to really, really surrender your whole life and say, God, I will do anything you want me to do. And I know for me, there was a moment, and it was actually 20 years ago, this year, 20 years ago, where I felt this tug on my heart, and I said, God, I'll do anything you want me to do, and if you want me to be a priest, I would love to do it. And I don't even know where that prayer came from. It just kind of burst forth. But as soon as I said it, there was a mixture of like fear and oh no, with incredible peace. And it was like something just happened to me. Like the Holy Spirit was there, and I felt, I got to go check this out. I gotta. And so I joined the seminary that September. Seminary is where young men go to study to become priests. So anyways.
There you go. Father Simon's vocation story. There it is.
Vocation Sunday 2021.
Yeah, Father Alex, you had mentioned hearing confessions, and there was a question here in the chat from Mark asking if we're still going to be having confessions, given the current restrictions. If so, can you let people know what we're doing to keep that safe?
Yeah, so we will be in complete compliance with the gathering limit restrictions. We will have no more than 5 people in the building at a time. And we will be meeting separately, individually with the penitents. There'll be one volunteer who will meet people at the side door and let them into the church when it's their turn for confession. We follow all the COVID protocols. We're masked the whole time. We sanitize surfaces before, in between confessions. And so it's completely safe. As safe as we can be, right? And you can sign up for confession, stbenedict.ca/confessions, I believe, is the
confession,
is the link.
/confession.
So yeah, you can check that out on our website. And we'll be here. We're waiting.
We'll be here. So we're hearing confessions today. Again, 5 people in the building at any point. 1 volunteer, 2 priests, 2 sinners. That's it. At any given point.
Is that the priests or the people they're hearing confessions from?
Okay, 4 sinners actually,
4
if you
sinners,
include the 2 priests. So
I would include the volunteer too. I'd say there's 5 sinners.
5 sinners in the building at any given time. That's the max. No more than 5 sinners in one place gathering. I think that's what Dr. Strang said, right?
Yeah.
No more than 5 sinners can gather in one place at any given time in our province right now.
We used to be able to have 100 sinners under one roof for Mass, but now we can't.
That's right, yeah. So
back to 5 sinners.
We're restricted to how much sin can be in one place right now.
That's right.
But
It's only
for the sake of safety, and maybe it'll help our spiritual well-being too.
That's right. Question here from Modesta asked, if I took part in the last Alpha, do I need to register again? So I believe she's asking, do I need to do Alpha again if I have already done Alpha?
No. Basically, yeah. No. If you've taken Alpha, you've had the experience, and that's wonderful. We're always inviting new people, right? Like Alpha is sort of that first step or one of the earlier steps. And so for Modesta, my question would be like, what's your next step after Alpha? And if you're not in a life group, that's the way to go there. Might be to get into serving here at St. Benedict, get involved in ministry, or online, helping out online in our online ministries. So Alpha is, it's like that initial experience of encounter of faith and those initial questions, and then after that you take the next step, unless you're invited to be part of the team to help lead Alpha. So,
right. And you would have been emailed and stuff and in contact if you were on team. So yeah, stbenedict.ca/life groups, I believe. looking to Matt to confirm all the URLs here. He's the man who makes it all happen. So /life groups, and that's the place for you or for others who maybe have finished Alpha and you're like, well, what's next? And I want to say this. I actually just started with a brand new life group where we finished Alpha. And so, yeah, we can't just kind of do a do-over, but we're starting the search. And we started on Friday night. And it was like a few weeks off since we had seen everybody. And everybody is just like pumped to be together again online over Zoom. Awesome. But it was a great experience. And man, the videos are powerful. They're top quality. So that might be something to consider, the search, which we have through Formed. All online. Just go to /life groups.
Yeah, excellent. I see a question here from Donna who asks, if engaged couples can do the marriage course. I can say, yes, you can do the marriage course. Not everything will apply to you if you're not actually married, but a lot of people, it's a good way to prepare for it. So I'll just answer that one right off the top there. Question from
Speaking
Bruce.
of the marriage course, Matt, since you mentioned it, I'm really excited for this. And in the past, we've had it in our auditorium. There's been like awesome hospitality, desserts and stuff. But right now, the trade-off is the convenience of you can join the marriage course from the comfort of your own home. So if you're married, and I guess too, if you're engaged but interested in the content, there's this beautiful couple. They're just so much fun. Nikki and Scylla Lee are their names. And so there's these videos that you watch, and there's just in case you're like, oh, is it going to be weird? Do you have to get up in front of the group or say stuff? No, it's like you can watch it together over Zoom, and then just as a couple, as husband and wife, you can chat about the questions privately. So it just creates this space for you to kind of have like a little date night and go a bit deeper and enrich your marriage, really invest in your own marriage. So I would encourage anybody who is like, we probably should invest a bit of time, which is probably every single person in the vocation of marriage. This might be a great opportunity for you, so I encourage you to go check that out. I know many people who have taken it, including, I'm getting the thumbs up from Paul Lang, who is married, and Chris, our cameraman, who is also married, both of whom have done the marriage course, and they're nodding. That's a great experience.
Paul specifically did it when he was engaged. So I didn't want to tell tales out of school, but I know
guess we
from
should
experience.
We should talk to their wives to see if the wives liked it as much. If Kendra and Tess also would agree. But anyways, we got it from the men.
The men.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
We've got our 5-star
So
limit here, so we can't hear from them right now. It's too bad. One last kind of sillier question. Bruce asks, have either of you two ever taken care of real sheep? It being Good Shepherd Sunday and all.
I think I fed a sheep from my hand at like the petting zoo. There's like this place in Windsor, Essex County where I grew up called Colasantes, and there are like all these goats and stuff, and I think there was a sheep there. So I fed a sheep from my hand. Yeah.
Close enough.
So two things come to mind. One is I'm pretty sure a goat has tried to eat my clothing. So I don't know if that counts as being a good shepherd.
Are you talking about that time with Isaac?
No.
Oh, okay. No, that's something else. Okay.
Different thing.
No.
Different thing.
Definitely not. I can't remember what you're thinking of. But also my dad raises puppies, corgis, which I think they're herders. And so I've been around a lot of sheep dogs. And there you go. That's all I have to say about that. My dad's a veterinarian, so he knows sheep inside and out, literally.
There we go.
So we've you can use your imagination.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, yeah. Anyway, not gonna make another joke there. Okay, so we got to the point with the Digital Foyer where every week the priests wear these fun socks, and you get to see what they are and vote on them to see who had the best socks. Little competition, a little friendly competition. And so last week, Father Alex had flamingo socks. Father Simon had Snoopy socks. The Snoopy socks were a roaring success. People were wild for the Snoopy socks. And so Father Simon won last week. Big victory for him. We'll see if Father Alex can recapture the crown or Father Simon will be the continuing champion from here on out. Gentlemen, let's see the socks.
When you're on top, there's nowhere to go but down.
Okay.
All right. So what do you got? What do you got? Bring
big words. Well, as defending champion of the sock competition, I have some just really fun, Eastery, kind of colorful socks here. And I wore them. They were given to me by an anonymous sock donor, but I think I know who it is. and that person knows who they are. And I just know that
Unless they're having an identity
the person
crisis.
who I think it is definitely one of these co-shepherds, co-owners in our parish of St. Benedict. And so shout out to you, anonymous sock donor.
Well, Father Simon, all I have to say about that is when pigs fly. When pigs fly. I got socks rocking the flying pigs, and you just got destroyed. That's all I have to say. Flying pigs, everybody. Here they are.
You should have saved that for the gospel where the pigs go over the cliff.
Oh,
or something.
man, brilliant. That'd be great. That'd be great. I
Yes,
think
there
those
you
are,
go.
is it David O'Connor that we helped with Alpha somewhere down, like in Nebraska or something?
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know. I can't remember
Sounds-
his
sounds
name,
familiar.
but apologize.
Nevada?
I think it's O'Connor. Anyway, thanks so much for the flying pig socks, you know?
There we
They're
go.
amazing.
Fly.
So it's your chance to vote now, guys. Do you want to vote for the Easter socks given by some anonymous citizen, or the flying pig socks, which Father Alex is very confident about? So you can write in the comments now, and we'll take the vote. And next week you will find out who was the victor for this Digital Foyer, for the sock challenge here. So gentlemen, that means we're all done here. And next up, we're going to throw it to Laura O'Rourke for SB Kids Online Church. Laura, take it away.